Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hop. It is Sunday, April 30th, 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is a very wet day where I am. Some downpours have been happening. I'm trusting that means some beautiful May flowers. Really. But you may hear it on this podcast or not. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that we're here together. And for those of you who are new to me, thank you for coming on and listening. Please like, subscribe, and share if you're on YouTube. And please be sure to check out my website at lisahop.com. It has all about my work, my upcoming events. Thank you. And always, for those of you who listen every week and give your feedback, I mean it. I always say with my boss upstairs, I'm not allowed to lie. I have to be genuine, and so when I say I'm grateful for your feedback, for your listening, I mean it. I really do. And I always hope that we can serve by spreading this podcast. If you connect with it and you think it would help someone to listen to it, well, you seed. You can't make them listen, but you seed. Please do share. It's just so very important at this time. And that comes to my topic today. And my topic, I actually am a little bit late in recording because I had to come up with my topic. So I went into meditation and the topic title was given. So the topic today is stop, look, listen. The universe is talking. And it is. Synchronicities is the universe. The coincidences in your life, when you're thinking, some people believe, and it may very well be true. Some people believe that that we're being listened to, and I mean in an electronic way, that what you talk about pops up in front of you because there is some listening device that is around you that you don't know of. And is it possible that's true? I suppose. But I also know about energy. And I know that sometimes I think about something and it pops right up in front of me and I'm thinking about it. And there is no technology to read my thoughts. All right? That is energy. And so know that energy is actually universe responding to you. I love to tell the story of back in beginning of 2019, which is, 4.5 years ago, I was having in my work a lot of no-shows, a lot of last-minute cancellations, like day of. And it was getting to, in 1 month, thousands of dollars in loss. And I'm self-employed. So why I don't concentrate necessarily on material money and what I'm earning in every moment. I concentrate on serving. That was gouging me. that was getting me to a place of feelings I didn't want to have. So I went to my spirit guides. I went to the universe and asked, what can I do about this? And the first time I did it, immediately popping up in front of me was online scheduling. And I said, no, I didn't like the aspect of it. And mostly because it was for the best to take payment at time of scheduling. But I felt awkward about that. I felt perhaps it should be at time of service. However, yes, at time of service was causing people to not show or run last minute because they were in their own place of lack. And it was overflowing out to me. And that's the one thing about me, is that I will not support you in your lack mentality. I will not hear that you cannot afford or you do not have enough, because I know that's an error. I know that there is an infinite universe with plenty of resources. There is more than enough to go around. All you have to do is ask, believe, and receive. So I won't promote that within you, any lack, because as I said, I know it's an error. But I still had that moment. So I said no. And then it kept happening. It happened in the days ahead. So I asked again, okay, what do I do? Popped up again, online scheduling. So honestly, in a short amount of time, it was the third time that I said, all right, as I always do with the universe, I will listen to you and I will trust you. And you have to have my back. You have to come through. And it's all right to say that. I'm listening to you. I trust you. I know that I can have faith that you have my back. So I set up the online scheduling quite nervously. The first day was massive in the amount of people scheduling. And it, for the most part, was new clients. And I actually got feedback from one that they loved it. They're like, wow, this is great. Because they didn't want to have to call and set up an appointment and maybe not get me and have the back and forth. And that can happen through email as well. Sometimes when you email, I pretty much though respond to emails immediately. But sometimes it's like I would say, okay, can you come here? And then they'd go, no, this is not good. I can come here. Well, when you're online scheduling, you're doing it yourself, so you know your availability. And also, you get the opportunity to reschedule if it turns out it is not your availability. So it was convenient all around. And it also allowed me, and it brought me joy, it allowed me to concentrate on service and not on that part of my job, the administrative part. And so it's like it took care of itself and I just show up. Now, sometimes my scheduling system will overschedule me. And I'm like, oh my, that's a big day. But I have more energy to be able to work when, because of the help of this virtual assistant. And it sends reminders. It's pretty awesome. So I remember the first day turning to someone and saying, this is fun. This is all right. Now, yes, sometimes you do get feedback of someone who says, I don't like your system. Can I just come in and pay? And that's very hard for me to, let me just say that probably 99.9% of the time when someone says that, they don't come through. They're not reliable. And it's not against anyone. I mean, humans are, sometimes we have moments, we're not often trying to be unthoughtful or disregard, we're not trying to do something to intentionally harm. But I've found that I've had to get tougher and to say, no, this is the way it is and it shall be for now and ongoing. And it is interesting that people will find a way to book, even if at first they come through with, I don't like it. Now, sometimes this happens. I have a wait now. I've had a wait since the scheduling system went into effect because of people can schedule on their phones. They can schedule on their other devices. It's convenient. Word of mouth has always been out there, but word of mouth is out there more and more convenient. And I'm happy to say this podcast and other YouTube, though I have to do more of it, other YouTube work that I'm doing and such has promoted my work. And so I've gotten more clients. I have more new clients. I just got a percentage the other day from my hosting device of scheduling. And actually there was about 52% new clients and 48% return clients. And so the new clients are winning. And of the month of, I believe it was March, for the month of March. And so that causes a backlog. And so now I hear more, why do I have to wait so long? Can't I get in sooner? Don't you have a cancellation list? No, the cancellation list is actually when someone reschedules and an opening occurs. And so it's important, if you are one that is interested in scheduling, and you can do so through any page on lisahop.com, do look for a sooner opening, because sometimes it happens. And I have found, again, 100% of the time when I say to someone, I'll let you know when an opening opens up sooner, when I do that, they actually say it's not good for me. So one time I was out of state working, and they came back with that. And again, I don't have negative feelings towards them. It's just a lesson learned that even when you do go beyond in that way, it's often not, what the intention is doesn't happen. And so, always, if you schedule, look for something that opens up sooner. It doesn't always. I don't say it will. I can't guarantee it, but you never know. Let me just say, the universe, listen to the universe, because everybody comes into my office or talks to me on Zoom or via telephone when they're supposed to. It is amazing how things switch around. I have always said, even when it was done by telephone or email, that my angels book me and they book you. It is amazing. They'll do trends of the day. Like, there are clients that I'll see have similarities between them that are strangers to each other. And of course, strangers to me, because I am in the moment so much. I don't retain information much about my clients at all for the future. Pretty much it's close to 0% that I retain. But I'll see throughout the appointment, I'm like, I've said this before today, they're like this. It's like they group people together and they know when it's important you get in sooner, and they know when you're supposed to wait, because there's something you're going through that you're supposed to go through. So our human selves will say, I want it immediately, I don't want to have to wait. But our divine selves is connected to our divine helpers that knows that everything is in perfect alignment. Also, it's another thing that I just love. You're always going to hear what you're supposed to hear. You're always going to be helped. You're always helped. They're always with us. We just have to listen. There's something else. Oh yes, there is. It's so important in life. And I said this yesterday, I believe, to clients, that I am not of ego. And that's one more thing that I wanted to add to you all today. Yes, the ego would say, why are clients coming and saying I have to wait maybe 2 months for an appointment, depending on availability? Sometimes it's 3, depending on availability of you, meaning your flexibility. And I know that I have peers that have a year wait, and sometimes more. I even know someone who has several year wait, but if you pay more, you can get in sooner. I am refusing to judge that. I have learned that we are not supposed to judge, that judgment it's a lower energy, and we are supposed to accept ourselves for who we are and serve each other. And we don't always know the whole story, so we just shouldn't judge. It's not, I always say it's above my pay grade. Does it happen at times for me? It can, yes, when people are people, sure. But I try to stop myself and go into that higher thought, because that is the way it's supposed to be. So when I go to think to myself, why are people not thinking that perhaps the backup is because she is in demand and she may be good at her job and not because she's not working hard enough? Because yes, I would say close to 100% of the time, someone wants to know why I'm not more available. Why are those days not available? Because they are pre-scheduled with things, And if they are not, at some point, they will open up. I am self-employed. I try to take Sundays and Mondays off. But I don't entirely. I'm talking to you on a Sunday, and I love it. This is a joy for me. And we really are coming to a time we understand that what we're doing with our time is supposed to be about joy, not about obligation or stress or just anything that is expected or I have to. That's why more people are working from home. More people are earning money from YouTube. And when you ask what is your salary, where do you derive it from? Well, YouTube. I found a love and I'm doing it. And some are doing that and their job that they love too through unconventional means. We're realizing that we can find and have income through unconventional means, not through perhaps how our ancestors did it, by going to a 9-to-5 job, following in the footsteps of others, playing by old rules. We can do it our way, like the song, my way. And that is the new world. And here's the thing, when you ask for wanting to live your life the way you truly want to, the universe always says yes, and it gives you the ability. But sometimes it does you have to listen, because it can give you the ability through ways that you don't like, such as job loss, or diagnosis, or a relationship ending. And it says, well, this will give you your answer. This will give you your next chapter. This will get it done. And we are in this world wondering why bad things are happening to us. But the universe does not see bad things. It doesn't. It only sees energy. It only sees responses. It only sees giving. It doesn't see it in the human senses that we see it as. And so it's very important to keep in mind. Now, there is wisdom that would say, be careful what you wish for, and that's what that means. Giving it up to the universe, saying, I want this, bring it to me. You have to have your seatbelt fastened at times. The wonderful Florence Scovel Shinn had a wonderful affirmation that said, God supplies all. I'm paraphrasing here. But what she added in God supplies was under perfect grace and in perfect ways. So when you do I am affirmations, you do not have to match God supplies. By the way, when you say, I am receiving this, I am living this, add, if you are concerned about how it comes to you, under grace and in perfect ways. That may avert some nastiness. I don't know that it will completely, because I'm not in charge of that ultimate universal wheel. All right. And that allocation of wishes and goals and dreams, or karma, though we're all part of that in some way. I'm not the leader, but I would say that she came to know this great teacher, mystic, writer, that was a way to avert some of these things. So always add under grace and in perfect ways. She also loved, for health reasons, to fill herself with divine light, and that would clear. And I have to say to you, when I fill myself with divine light, I feel that my body is better. It is more healed. So these are the mystics in the past have helped us. And nowadays, we have teachers that are teaching from the mystics of the past, and it's all right. We don't have a whole lot of new teachers. We have a whole lot of teachers teaching the teachings from the past. And that's okay. That's okay. Because their work was timeless. And it's important to get their teachings out, not just through paperbacks or hardcovers, but through the internet and through other means. And so, and we all speak in our different way. Many teach the same thing through their own voice. I speak my own way about things I've learned from the masters. I have to do it in my own right. I like to be a bit of a plain speaker when I speak, where Neville Goddard was more of a formal speaker. And there are people that speak from energy or about quantum physics, science that can get, very scientific in their education. I have to be plain because I learn that way. I have to understand. And so find your mystic, find your teacher, and find several. Find those that help you navigate this universe, because they're out there and they want you to listen to them. They have been guided to be teachers and they can help. So the universe is responding to us at every moment. You have an active subconscious when you're sleeping too, and it's going to respond to you. Though you're less active with your conscious self when you're sleeping, so perhaps you're less in the way. But pay attention to the dreams that seem as though they're lucid or come with a message, because our departed loved ones, our angels, our spirit guides, if necessary, will speak to us through our subconscious mind through dreams. But most of the time they're going to send us signs. They're going to send us numbers. They're going to send us they're going to send us earthly messengers with heavenly messages. They're using technology. When I ask a question, I can hear a voice, but sometimes it just pops up in front of me on my computer. And I've heard it said it's happened to people on their cell phones. It's just there. And I think it's happened to me on my cell phone as well. Pay attention. Now, what the universe asks is that you just not read it, you just not see it, you just not acknowledge it, but you move forward in some way. Because the universe is answering you. It is responding to your every emotion, every thought, every prayer. And so move forward. Like me, I moved forward with my online scheduling system, and I'm not going to turn around and do something different because it was the right answer. Of course it was, and it's working for me. Yes, it took me more than one try from them to start, and universe can understand that. They just ask you don't ignore it completely. They actually would love all of your helpers in heaven and universal energy. It would love for you to respond quickly the first time. But we have our human stuff, don't we? We have self-imposed blocks that cause us to want to stop and think about it. But truly, if you see something more than once in a synchronistic, coincidental way, move somehow. Just researching it is moving on it. Try to implement it in some way. And then you'll get even more guidance on how to set yourself up even more. And here's the thing, the universe does not listen to excuses. If you say to yourself, if you have the opportunity to invest in real estate, whether it be for a new business or for a financial abundant step in any way, they're not going to hear you can't do that you can't afford it. The universe gives you the opportunity knowing it is likely to happen, that it is likely to be successful. But we still have free will. And we still can say yes or no. And always, oftentimes when it doesn't work out, it's because better is coming. You've upgraded in the process or even before. And so now a greater opportunity is coming your way. When I was looking for my brick and mortar office, it took me months to find it, but I got a vision one day. So I knew what the outside would look like. And I was but I was still going for places, whatever was open. I was checking them out, and I was hearing no because of the alternative work that I do, of life coaching, of hypnosis, of healing. It didn't fit in zoning. And I remember one of my friends saying, "Doesn't that disturb you? It's discriminatory. Aren't you upset?" No, I'm not. It just means the right opportunity is not there yet, the right place. And then it was the strangest thing. My real estate agent sent me an address, but with a different picture. And I thought, okay, I'll check it out. A different picture than what was actually outside the building. So I have, always open to, you never know, let's check it out. And when I arrived, the building standing before me was the building I had in my vision. I knew, this is it. And I said to her, this is it, but let's check it out. Let's check it out. So we went upstairs to it. At the time, I'm now grounded on the ground floor, the first floor. But I was at the third floor at the time. And I immediately, when I stepped into it, I said, this is it. This is it. And we set it up immediately. And the landlord was cool. He was. And completely accepting of me. And it was so strange that even about that picture, but I trusted. It's like, keep at it because it's going to work out. And it did. And it's worked out now. I've had an office for, 17 and a half years. And so sometimes it will look like it's not going to work out. And sometimes it works out so quickly that you have fear. But fear is an illusion. Fear is really made up. We have survival mentality in us that tells us to be alert to predators. Yes, I'm not talking about that. Of course, be alert to your surroundings. I'm talking about the fear that is, what if I fail? What if I lose income? What if? 97 to 99% of the time, the what ifs don't happen. And if they do, they're so much lesser than what you feared. Try always to put your hands over your eyes and step forward. Even in a baby step is quite all right. That's all the universe requires. Even those that you feel have things plopped on them. There's no real such thing as an overnight success. It just feels that way because the person let go. Let the universe step in, trusted, and then everything rolled in all at once. But it was there all along, for a long time, waiting for the opportunity to arrive. Especially listen to bumper stickers, license plates, people, internet. And it's not of the mind, it's of the gut. It is, oh, there it is, that's too weird. It's right there, the answer. It's fast too. The universe doesn't have a time delay. We make a time delay. Now, yes, forgive yourself if you miss the first or ignore the first communication. But if it happens again, it's a sign. And you've heard that. It's a sign. It's a sign. Now, sometimes signs don't work out. Black and white like we think they will. Not all signs lead direct They may be just a certain path of opportunity. The best opportunity, and that's what you want for your life. The best path, the best opportunity may switch up, but it's always there. You always have the opportunity to go to better. So what I mean is, if you get assigned to apply for a certain job position and it doesn't work out, it just means in the process of it, it was not the best one. But it was one of the options. That's simply what I mean. And also stay firm in what you want. Know what you would ask of the universe. Many people just don't know. They just say, oh, I just want money. Okay. What is your idea of financially free? Is it 100,000? Is it 1,000,000? Is it 500,000? Get clear. When you say you would like to go on vacation, where is it? When you say that you want a job that you love, what's the job? How many hours do you work? What days do you have off? This is very, very important. The universe loves details, loves clarity. And it also is easier for you because you don't have to weed through all kinds of options. They'll bring you what you're most focused on. And that's another thing, what you're most focused on. The universe does not see no's, nots, and nons. If you ask for a non-smoker in a relationship, you're going to get a smoker. Because what you're really focused on is the smoking, not on the not smoking. So try as much as you can not to focus on what you don't want. Focus on what you do want and ask for it. And when what you don't want occurs, keep your vision, keep your feelings, keep your thoughts still on what you do want. And then you move right past it. So important. And it's not easy in this world. But it is simple. Because we pay to live here. And everything costs something most of the time, doesn't it? And there should be an exchange, yes, with service. But no, we could get caught up in monetary and material. We can get caught up on limitations, as I said, in so many ways. But you are not a small being, you are a large one. And there is really no such thing as limitations. So, if you catch yourself feeling limited, keep your focus with your thoughts, your feelings, and your words on what you truly want and the feeling and the thoughts and the knowing of having it. The outcome. And if you can keep doing that, it has to reward you. It is natural law, like gravity. It is natural law. Sometimes it's the 11th hour, but it's a natural law. Everything will always open up if you don't give up. Keep that in mind, please, because you deserve it. You are worthy of knowing this. You know, everyone who transitions to heaven quite quickly in their transition finds out that they could have been done had anything they wanted on earth. I think it amazes them. Matter of fact, I've gotten feedback, it does. What are you talking about? They realize that their beliefs and their thoughts held them back. What the rules that they self-imposed. And I'm not talking about rules. I'm not telling you to break the law. I'm talking about the rules that society gives us, that you have to work hard for the money, that you have to have a 9-to-5 job, that you have to do this or that to, that's the way of common man stuff. They find out they could have designed whatever life they wanted, and it was theirs. All they had to do was ask. They also realize very quickly that worry was a complete waste of time, 100% of the time, and that they should have said and given more love, expressed it. Yes, we will often know who loves us, and we often know that they express it in their own way. They may not be able to say it or to hug, but maybe they give us security. Maybe they provide in other ways. Yes, we know that, but still, we find out in heaven there's nothing like the spoken word, and there's nothing like a hug. So they're all about that from heaven, as much as they possibly can with their energy. Give more of that on earth, by the way. Less worry. More knowing that you are unlimited. And more love out to others. Even if you cannot do it in person, do it through energetic flow. It makes a difference for them, and it blesses you as well. So listen to the signs of the universe who is guiding you. It will guide you today, by the way. It's never not talking. Listen, be aware. What keeps coming to me over and over again? What cycle do I keep living that I really should change? Be a team member, and you will see that changes come for the better. You may be amazed, and I mean that. Thank you again. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And check out my website at lisahop.com. Follow me on Instagram, please, under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hop, and on my business page on Facebook under Spirit Teacher Lisa M. Hop. I am very grateful again for all of my listeners, all of my subscribers. As my YouTube channel grows, I do hope to offer even more, and I hope that you'll be there for it. And so stay tuned. I ever wish you all the best and many blessings.